Today is Monday. You didn't go to school, right?
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah,
You had school today.
yeah.
I see.
So we started a new topic in math,
What is it about?
uh, pro proportion and percent of change. And so we're doing direct proposition.
Proportion? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, and indirect, but I don't understand. Like,
Really?
hmm like our teacher, like on one of our questions, it's like two boxes, one has X and one has Y. And
Yes.
then it's like 1, 2, 3 for X and 4, 8, 12 for Y. And then it says determine whether Y is directly proportional to X. If so, find the constant
Constant
proportion,
proportionality.
then write a direct proportion equation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like I don't understand.
Give me a second, okay? Let me open that thing, then we'll have a look at together. Okay. All right. Okay, Zeynep, this variation, direct variation, inverse variation, actually it's really, really easy concepts if you just understand the definition, okay? If you understand the definition, one or two examples, you will see that all questions are very easy. First, you should understand the meaning of what does direct variation or direct proportion mean, all right? So usually about two different quantities, right? For example, let's say you are working at kind of coffee shop and your mother said that, okay, Zainab, now you are high school students. At weekends, you need to do some internship, whatever community service. Okay, you can do some part-time job. When you go to actually this, let's say the one coffee shop, it says that, okay, Zainab, you're a student. Every hour you work, we are going to pay $8, right? So that means that if you work for 1 hour, you earn $8. 2 hours, $16. 3 hours, $24, right? So now these two things, number of hours, amount of money you earn, they are increasing at the same rate, right? If you double the amount of time, right, also your earning will be doubled, right? If you triple, also it will be tripled, right?
hmm
So if we have two quantities, they change at the same rate, we say that x is directly proportional to y, or y is directly proportional to x. And what is the equation? The equation is really simple because we are saying that so the ratio is constant, right? So equation is the constant. If you just pick any y value, when you just take, I mean, divided by x, If it is equal to some constant number, then we say that y is directly proportional to x, right? In your case, again, if I just write here, so this one is number of hours you work, the amount of money you earn. If you work for 1 hour, you earn $8. 2 hours, $16. 3 hours, $24, right? And dot dot. As you see here, 8 divided by 1 equals 16 divided by 2 equals 24 divided by 3. It's equal, right? So then we say that then y is directly what is it? Proportional to x, because the ratio of y to x is constant number. Example, let's see some examples. Can you read this? Read.
Identify the constant of
No,
the
no, 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 no. Here. Start here.
A direct variation is a specific relationship in which there is a constant blank between two variables.
Constant ratio. The constant ratio between two variables. What are those variables? We are saying that, that k is equal to y over x. If the ratio of y to x is constant, then we say that there is a direct variation, or y is directly proportional to x. Okay, read the next second sentence. Let me just write here your name, so that's later. Zeynep. Today, 11/11/2024. Okay, here's Zeynep. Zeynep, read it. Let me just plug it. Here's Zeynep, read this.
This constant of variation is variable.
No, variable k. We usually use k for the constant of proportion. So it's called what? It is called the constant of variation, or the constant of proportionality. Okay, that is y over x. Next.
Direct variation equations are written in the
In the
form
form, what is the equation? Equation of direct variation is y is equal
y.
to k times x. You see, it's very simple. The simplest equation in math is just k times x. What is k? Is constant number, right? Y equals 2x, y equals 5x, y equals negative 5x, y equals 1 over 2x. These are all direct variation equations. And what is a constant of proportionality? The number in front of x. That is called this k, whatever it is, 1 over 2, 5, 6, because y over x is always equal to constant. And now let's do some questions. Read the next question. I mean, the direction.
Identify the constant of the ordered pairs below. Then write a direct variation equation to represent the relationship.
And suppose that these relationships actually specify or define a direct variation. So if it is direct variation, if you take any y value divided by x value, it must be equal to a constant number. You see, how do you find, I don't like this color. How do you find the constant of proportionality? It is y over x, right? You see, just pick any number. It doesn't matter. It gives you the same number because it is direct variation. You say, I can take 4 over 1, or you can take 8 over 2, or 12 over 3. You should just pick the smallest numbers, which is equal to 4, right? So the constant of proportionality is 4. And now what is the equation? If I know k, we can write the equation. The equation will be y is equal to 4 times x. Right? As you see here, 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. All right, next one. Question 2. So again, what is the constant of proportionality? That's equal to y over x. You can pick any number. Which one should I pick here? The first, second, third, or the last? Which one is easier to calculate?
The second one.
The last one, right? The last one, 2, -1.
Oh,
You don't have to simplify this. That is -1 over 2, right? So now we can write the equation. Now, what is the equation? Equation will be y is equal to -1 over 2 times x. Does it make sense? Because you're defining, I'm just saying that, okay, this girl who's having math class with eyeglasses and wearing yellow something jacket, right? I am going to call her Zeynep. So when I see you, okay, Zeynep, right? Now, who is Zeynep? Who wears glasses and wears this, right? Blah, blah. The same thing. We have a lot of equations, right? For this kind of equation, we are just giving a special name. Such equations are called direct variation equations. Okay, because of the increase, they are increasing at the same rate. That's why it's called direct variation. Okay, now looking at the table, you see. So how can you find x? Sorry, k, the constant of proportionality, right? Pick any y value and divide it by corresponding x value. For example, which one is easy? Which one should I pick here?
we can do the first one.
The last one. You see the last one, 3 and 2 is easy to calculate. We don't have to simplify. If you pick the first one, it's fine. For example, if I take the last one, just 2 over 3, it's already in the simplest form. But if you take the first one at the time, -8 over -12, it is not in the simplest form. I need to simplify, right? So simplify, -4 times 2 and -4 times 3, that is equal to 2 over 3. You see, it requires 2 steps here. But a little bit thought, okay? Just think a little bit. Have a look. So actually it gives a solution really fast. Now, what will be the equation, Zeynep?
Y equals 2 over 3x.
That's it. And how about here? What is the constant constant of proportionality for this table?
-1 over 3.
No, y over x. 3 over -1, right?
Yeah, sorry, 3 over negative.
3 over -1, which is equal to -3, right? So the equation then will be -3 times x. Okay, so Zeynep, if the equation is y equals kx, then it describes a direct variation relationship. Otherwise, it's not. Now read the next question. Let's do some different questions.
Identify the equations below that represent a direct variation. If yes, identify the constant of variation.
Okay. Number 1. Okay. Does it represent a direct variation?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because it's in the form of this equation, right? Y is equal to kx. It actually represents a direct variation. Number 2. What is the constant of proportionality or variation? Proportionality, constant, variation, they mean the same thing, okay? So what is k? It is 3. Look, in front of x, what do you see here?
Oh,
It's kx, right?
yes.
Okay, come on. Question 6?
No.
Yes. Why? It is k something times x, right? Right? So it is k, x is multiplied by a single number. K is, we should write yes or no. So the answer is yes. And number 2, what is the constant of proportionality?
-4 over 5.
-4 over 5. Right, Zainab? You see, you should identify this is k, a number, right? And x is variable, independent variable. This one is independent variable. That's it. 7. How about 7?
No,
No. Why?
because that doesn't have an x.
There's no x, right? It's just, the horizontal line. How about 5?
Yes.
Yes. First, we need to change this right into that form. What do we do here to change this into the form of y equals kx? we move 2 to the right-hand side, right? So if I move 2 to the right-hand side, I will get this equation. Y is equal to 5 over 2 times x, right? And now, is it in the form of y equals kx? Yes. So the answer is yes. And what is the constant of variation or proportionality? That is 5 over 2. You understand now? You get some intuition?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How about 9?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Is it in the form of k times x?
No.
No, it is x minus 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, because of this minus 4, no. How about 10?
Um, I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
Why you don't know? Think. Is it in the form of k times x?
No,
Why not?
because there's no number with x. It's just x.
Zeynep, come on. When we say the minus, we mean that it is -1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now it is yes. Still, you are just, confusing, because you should think about numbers a little bit. What is whole number? What is this thing? Algebra expression. So you can visualize, you can feel it. Then you can actually, don't make such mistakes. Okay, so constant proportionality is -1. As you see, -1 is a number. It's a real number. So -1 times x, right? And x is multiplied by some number. That's why it is, or it represents, a direct variation. How about question 11?
Yes.
Okay. So what first, can you express this in the form of k times x?
Um, y. What do we do? Oh, k equals
But first, let's express, then we'll write y is equal to
2.
1 over 2x. Saying up. If you move to the other side, it will be divided, right? It's multiplied.
Yes.
2 times 5 is equal to what?
10.
10, right? So if I move to the right-hand side, then 5 will be equal to 10 divided by 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
We learned this like 5 years ago, right?
Not 5 years.
Or 10 years.
No,
How many years?
probably like a year ago.
Hey, even it's not a year ago. We learned this maybe in January or February or March, maybe. Zainab, how about the next question? First, I ask actually you to express y in terms of x. Do it in your notebook. Can you solve this equation for y?
12. Solve 12.
No, solve it for y. Solve it for y means that, can you isolate y? I can show you one example. For example, suppose that we need to solve this equation for y. 2x plus 3y is equal to, let's say, this 12, right? How do you solve this y? So we need to isolate. First, move 2x to the right-hand side. So 3y positive 2x becomes negative 2x plus 12. And now divide both sides by 3. So divide by 3, y is equal to negative 2 over 3x. And 12 divided by 3, it is 4. Now you're going to see this equation a lot in the very near future. And it has a special name. Okay, this one is, well, it is slope. And this one is y-intercept. So this form is called slope-intercept form, mx plus p. Even last year you learned this. This year you're going to learn again. Next year you're going to learn again. Next year you're going to learn again. Until you graduate from university, you're going to see this guy a lot. And that's why you should really, get introduced well with this guy. What is his name? His name is slope-intercept form. Form of a linear function, a linear equation in two variables. Okay, Zeynep.
Yes.
And now if we get back to the question, Zeynep. So now here we have 4x plus 2y, right? How can I do that? First, move 4x to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side, because you know the methods to solve equations, right? Solving equation means that isolating a variable. So now I'm considering y as a variable. So the first step, I write it as 2y, because if I move 2x, we have 2y on the left-hand side, which is equal to 2y is equal to negative 4x plus 6. And now here we have multiplied by 2. I divide everything by 2. I divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. So I have here y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. Now look at the equation. Is it in the form of y equals kx?
Yes.
No, we have plus 3 here, Zeynep. And
Oh,
yeah,
so
just one equation. To be direct variation, its equation must be y equals kx, right? Exactly like this. Otherwise, it's not. Because of this 3, that's why it is no. It does not represent a direct variation. Now do question 13, Zainab. Can you express, solve it for y? It's just one step equation.
y would be first. So we would just have y. No, it's not.
It is, Zainab, it is.
Yeah, but there's a 0.
So 0 is nothing. It is not something. So y, move this to the right-hand side, we have just 0 minus 5x. What is 0 minus 5x? It's just negative 5x. So the answer is yes. And what is the constant of variation? It is negative 5. Right? When you have free time, when you get bored a little bit, 5 minutes, stand up, I advise you to watch a video on YouTube, direct variation. Just 7 minute video maximum, okay? You're learning at school, you're learning from me, you're learning on YouTube. You will have very strong foundation then because you can compare. With Mr. Custom, I learned like this. At school, I learned like this, right? And on YouTube, it's like this. These are similar things, right? They're talking about the same. It should be like this. When you compare, this analogy, it really gives you a very strong foundation. You're not going to forget this easily. By just watching, we can learn. So that's why you need to use different methods. Okay, Zainab, now let's talk about the graph. Okay, how do we graph this equation? Suppose that y is equal to, let's say it is 2x. If you remember, how do you draw the graph of a linear function? You need 2 points, right? X and y. How can I find 2 points? If you calculate, for example, if x equals 0, y is equal to 0 because 2 times 0 is 0. And suppose, let's say x is equal to 2. 2 times 2, it is 4. So this 0, 0 means that this line always passes through the origin. Okay, so if I draw this, it must be something like this. Okay, this passes through 0. So the graph of a direct variation always passes through origin. If it passes, yes. If not, it's not the equation, or it's not a direct variation. Okay, it does not represent a direct variation. Now look at this. Read the direction.
Identify the graphs below that represent the direct variation. If yes, identify the constant of variation.
Okay, look at the first question, 14. Does it represent a direct variation?
Um,
Don't bite your fingernails, at least in the class time.
yes,
Yes, why?
because it's going straight.
No, because it is passing through the origin. That's why.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you should answer like this, because it is passing through the origin. Yes. Okay, now let's find K. How do you find K? If you remember, K is equal to Y over X, right? So I just
So,
one point. What are the coordinates of this point?
um, uh,
2, 3, right? Zeynep.
how do how do we know that it's 2, 3?
This is 2, right? Point 2. And go up 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
So K is equal to Y over X, that is 3 over 2, because direct variation. Okay. And how about the question 15? This graph, does it represent a direct variation?
No,
No. Why?
because it's not passing through the origin.
That's it. No. 16?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And now how do you find the constant of variation?
Um,
Pick any point. For example, this point. What are the coordinates of this point? Can you tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
yes, 4.
-1, right?
Where did we get -1?
Going down, this point, what is this point? Is it -1? And this one is 4,
Hmm. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So it is Y over X. That's why it's equal to -1 over 4. Okay. How about 17?
Yes,
Yes. Why?
because it's passing through the origin.
Very good. And number 2, then what is the constant of variation? And first, can you tell me what are the coordinates of this point? One,
3,
2, 3.
3.
1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, 3, 3.
3 over 3, not 3, 3. 3 over 3. So what is 3 divided by 3?
1.
1. So the constant of proportionality is, or variation is 1. Okay? All right. Now let's take a little bit different question now, related to variation again. Keep your notebook on the table. Drink some water. You want to drink some water? You're yawning a lot. 30 more minutes.
I'm
25 more
tired.
minutes.
I had basketball today.
Then
I
why
think,
didn't you tell your mother that you are so tired you cannot have class? Huh? How do I know that you had basketball class today? Or basketball game today?
yeah, we lost. It was
You
sad.
lost? What was the result?
Well, there was like a bunch of games, like 10 or 15 games. They were all like, they weren't long, so. But the other team kept beating us, like 4-0, 2-8.
Hmm.
It was really sad.
Okay.
But we tried our
How
best.
many minutes did you play? Did you play a lot or just one period?
An hour and 30 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so you're young. I play like 1, 2 hours or something. I play 3 hours of tennis. I come back and have plus.
Tennis is not tiring though,
How do you know this?
because you just run and whack a ball. The amount of times we have to run and dribble the ball and block people and try to shoot and jump.
Did you ever play tennis?
Yes.
When?
Um, I don't remember, but I play tennis sometimes.
Hey, but I need to ask Google which one is time because in tennis also you are hitting with full power. It's not like only holding the racket and run around the court. You need to hit the ball, use a lot of power and defend, sometimes run to the net and come back every time you're in action because you're playing, especially if you play singles match. Anyways, enough. Let's continue 20 more minutes, okay? Read the question.
Okay. Oh, it says, oh, whoa. Okay, it says tennis. Are you kidding me?
What does it say?
Uh, oh, okay. So it says tennis is considered more difficult to learn than basketball. And then it says basketball is ranked as the seventh most difficult sport, while tennis is ranked as the eighth most difficult. Harder to play. Play. Mhm. Harder game is harder to play. Probably.
So,
Apparently, tennis is harder. That is not true. Tennis is so easy.
maybe you never
Basketball.
played tennis. I have played tennis for 20 years. Don't argue with me.
Okay, I've played tennis. It's not that hard.
Maybe you didn't play. You just hold the racket and hit the ball. It's not playing. Playing means that playing against someone,
Oh,
right? It's like maybe 2 or 3 sets, a match, so you can uh, get some out of the game. You know what is game in tennis? We have points, game, and set. Like you can play against me or I play against Mr. Carson. What is the result? 6-0, 6-0. But if you can beat me, okay, and after that you say that, oh, tennis is easy, I beat you, I will actually agree with you. Otherwise, because a lot of people, they say that, oh, tennis is easy. When they come to the court, oh, I didn't know this was that hard. I'm tired. I cannot run now. Tennis is not that easy.
like, have you ever done any competitions? Like,
Yes.
what?
I participated in tennis open when I was in Myanmar. But of course, I lost in the first or second round. I joined like 2, 3 times. I learned tennis from professional coach.
What?
Yeah, for 3, 4 years.
Wow, interesting.
So that's why still now I play. For like 20 years, I have been playing tennis.
Wow. So you're good at playing.
Yeah, I play tennis. I play ping pong. I play badminton, but I'm good at tennis. Okay. All right, so enough. Maybe one day if I meet you, I'll teach you tennis also.
Okay.
Tennis is a good sport. I like tennis. Even I was thinking to open tennis club at school, but the court is not good. The sun is always shining. It's too hot, and I didn't want to burn my face, so I can't change my mind. Because even 4 o'clock is too hot. Now it's getting cold, but in September, August, it was too hot.
So why don't you only play tennis like in the when it's cold?
No, school finishes at 4 o'clock, right? It's 3:40. So you have to actually do your what is it? Tennis club right after school from 3:40 to 4:30 or 5 o'clock. But myself, I play like 7, 8 o'clock at the court.
Oh.
But for the club, the students, if you open, it must be between 3:45 till 4 o'clock or 4:45. But it's too hot. Okay, Zeynep, read the question one more time.
If the following ordered pairs to represent a direct variation, find the missing value.
Okay. Now once again, let's just make a table what we know so far. And let's say the top part, it represents X values and the bottom part is Y values. Let me just list some values of X. Suppose that here the first one is X1 and next one is X2. It continues. And corresponding values, let's say this Y1 and Y2, right? So since
Yes.
this table represents a direct variation, Zainab, this equation must be true. What is that? Y1 over X1. It should be equal to Y2 over X2. You should remember this. For this direct variation problem, always we are using this method. Okay. And now in the question is saying that these given points, right, represent a direct variation. So that means that now I'm going to use this because they are equal to what? They are all equal to the constant number, some constant number, which is called the constant of variation. So now using this method, if you solve this, so here we have y2, y1 over x1. That is -4 over 2 should be equal to y over -6. Right? And now I'm going to cross multiply. After writing this one, cross multiply 2 times y, it is 2y. -4 times -6, it is 24. And you know how to solve this equation? Y is equal to 12 because 24 divided by 2 is 12. So if these 2 points represent a direct variation, y must be equal to 12. I will show you another example, question 19. Okay. So as see here, if you really get confused at the first, you can just label them. This one is x1. This one is y1. This one is x2. This one is y2. Now, if you write your ratio, so 16 over 4 is equal to 24 over x. Right? If you cross multiply, first, if you can simplify, 16 divided by 4 is 4, right? Okay. So, or also I can do like this. 16 times x is equal to 4 times 24. Just cross multiplying this. And solve it for x. X is equal to 4 times 24 divided by 16, which is equal to 6. Okay, Zeynep, can you write it down quickly and you will try 20 and 21. Done.
Almost done. Okay.
Okay, try 20, question 20, Zeynep.
So I got this part, but I don't know how to do the other part. So for the first part, I did y over 12 equals 7 over 4.
If you could write this equation, we practice solving equation a lot. That's it. But solving part we already learned, Zeynep. It's not something new. Did we solve a lot of questions by cross multiplication? If you want, I can show you. We solve a lot of questions, even harder than this. How come it's a simple one we cannot solve this, Zeynep? Y over 12, right? The first step. 7 over 4. If you could write this, just multiply both sides by 12, even you don't have to cross multiply. Multiply by 12, multiply by 12. This 12, 12, they cancel each other. It's 12, 12. Dot, dot, dot. Y is equal to 12 divided by 4. 3. 3 times 7 is 21. That's it.
Okay.
If you really understand solving equation, you should be able to, see and see how this equation, I know this. And that means that as if you just memorize and after that you forget it's left there. No, every time you're going to use, the, what is it? The method of solving equations. The skill is really important in math. Every time you will need this. You have a weapon, but you don't know how to use it. Something like this. You know how to solve it, but you don't know how to use it or where to use it. It's just equation, the same idea. You have two equations, fractions, cross multiply, right? It's multiply, divide, divided, multiply, added, subtract, subtracted, add. That's it. 5, 6 operations. Okay, now try 21, Zeynep.
Okay.
Done?
Almost. Oh no. Y, I mean,
X.
x equals 4.
4 or negative
4.
4?
-4, sorry.
Negative 4. Okay, here we have negative 16 over x equals 24 over 4. Cross multiply 24x. Actually, if you have a little bit experience, you can see that first I want to simplify the right-hand side. So negative 16 over x is equal to, this one is 4 over 1. And now if you cross multiply, 4x equals negative 16, right? So dot, 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 x equals negative 4. Dot, 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 x equals negative 4. Okay. 22. Read it.
If y equals -18 when x equals 3, find x when y equals 30. What?
This kind of question, Zeynep, I suggest you to make a table. Okay, like, for example, first make a table just to understand. It really makes your understanding better. It's saying that y is equal to negative 18 when x equals 3. So when x is equal to 3, y is negative 18. Okay, and find x when y is equal to 30. So we need to find this x when y is equal to 30. What is that?
And
10?
yeah, when x equals 10, y equals 30. Could
X
we do
equals
that?
10.
Mhm.
No.
Okay.
If you divide this, negative 18 divided by 3 should be equal to 30 over x, right?
Yes.
And what is negative 18 over 3? It is negative 6. So 30 over x equals negative 6. Then what is x?
-6.
Negative 5.
Oh.
Because 30 divided by negative 5 equals negative 6.
Okay.
Okay, using these methods, okay, because you need to practice how to put numbers into the table and use it. Can you solve 23? Then let's solve 23, 24, 25. We will finish the class, okay? 4 questions, 3 questions.
If y equals 80 when x equals 32, find x when y equals 100.
Yeah, you can just write, y over x, right? That's it. So y is 80 and x equals 32. We have to find x when y is equal to 100, right? Can you solve this for x?
So 100 over x equals, what would I do? 80 divided by 32?
First, simplify the left-hand side, the fraction, then cross multiply.
Wait, what do I?
Okay, now we need to solve this equation, right?
Mhm.
Now, how do you solve this? First, simplify this 80, 32. Both numbers are divisible by,
Um,
look,
uh,
80 over 32, right? If you simplify this, divide by 2, 40 over 16. Divided by 4, not 4. Okay, divided by 4, it is 10. Divided by 4, it is 4. Divided by 2, 5 over 2, right? So this
yes.
fraction is equal to this fraction, equivalent.
Mm.
Therefore, let's simplify 5 over 2. So 100 over x is equal to 5 over 2. And now cross multiply. X times 5. 5.
5x.
X. 2 times 100. It is 200. What is X?
Um, 40.
40. Do question 24, Zeynep.
If y equals 10 when x equals -4, find y when x equals 12. So if y equals 10 over, okay, 10 over -4
10
over
over -4 equals
equals 12 over y.
y over. Y is at the top, right?
Right.
Y over 12.
Y over 12, yes. And so mm, we could divide 16 and 12.
You just multiply both sides by 12. So y will be equal to 12 times 10 over -4, right? What is 12 times 10? It is 120 divided by -4. Or that's equal to -30. But you should be fast, Zainab. We practice with it a lot. Just cross multiply, simplify, right? You know how to do that. Just, you have to know yourself. Here, I know that. Okay, just write the ratio, cross multiply, and solve it. Do the last question, 25.
If y equals -7 when x equals -28, find y when x equals 20. So -y over -28 equals y over 20.
That's correct.
So if we divide, wait, yeah. Can we divide 28 and 7 by 5?
Look, -7 over -28, right?
Yeah,
Equals y over 20.
20.
First, can you simplify this fraction? Both numbers are divisible by
4? Wait,
negative 7.
sorry. Yes.
-7, right? If you divide both, -7 divided by -7, it is 1. -28 divided by -7, it is 4.
4.
On the
Yes.
right-hand side, y over 20. And now cross multiply. If you cross multiply, 4 times y, it is 4y.
Y over 20.
1 times it, 20. So what is y?
5.
5. That's it. Zainab, I will send you this paper. Okay, now homework similar questions. You try to solve it. Okay, here, what is it? Page 30, 31, and that's it, 2 pages. Can you?
Sure.
Okay, give me a minute.
Hey, but I also have my own math homework.
Okay, then.
It's like the same topic.
Okay, then do your homework, okay? Next time we can practice these questions some more and okay, Zainab.
Okay.
Zainab, have a good night. We will meet on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Thursday. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.